Hello and welcome to another episode of Geared Toward Gear. My name is Sean and I am so glad you're here. Earmuffs for the children. The metaphorical shit has in fact hit the metaphorical fan, and I've got to bug out you guys. Okay, so this is going to be a kind of a quick, fun video, kind of an open tag that was started by my buddy Peter over at A Therapeutic Edge. I'll leave a link to his channel below. I've mentioned him before, great dude, great member of the community, has a brand new channel, and he's started to upload with a lot more regularity. So he's got a lot more content to check out. So do go check out his channel and check out his video. And I'll specifically link the video he did on this subject. And again, it was an open tag. I think he mentioned me, and I think it was an Instagram post. So here is my submission to Peter's open tag. So here's the scenario. The hypothetical. The hypothetical is this. There is some thing that has happened. Pandemic, zombie apocalypse, civil unrest, well, you know, pick your flavor. And it's time to bug out or bail out or, you know, whatever you want to call it. It's time to get out of Dodge, boot, scoot, and boogie, whatever you want to call it. I'd probably say boot, scoot, and boogie. Just because I'm from Texas and that's fun. But it's time to go. And I can only take one knife with me. One knife, you guys. How crazy is that? That's unfair, first of all, Peter. So I already don't like this. But I can only take one knife. But you can also take your bug out bag or your bailout bag. So you do have that and whatever's in it. But you can only grab one knife to kind of throw in your pocket or on your belt as kind of your main go-to knife. So what would I choose? Well, the first, and I think obvious choice, for me anyway, was the Duck Commander lockback. I mean, it's got size to it, right? So this is going to serve me well. In addition, you know, should I come across an abandoned boat or a canoe, kayak, something like that, this could be used both as an oar or an anchor. So it's kind of multifunction in that way. But coming in, you know, close to 3 pounds, I figured, you know, the weight might just be prohibitive to carry this. So sadly, I had to put the Duck Commander folder aside and not choose this as my one knife. So that did not make the cut. Then I thought, fixed blade. Obvious, right? Take a fixed blade. So I grabbed this little guy. Good knife. I'm not a huge fixed blade guy, but I do have one in my bug out bag, so I don't really need a fixed blade because I already have one. But they are nice, you know, full tang. They're pretty strong, generally speaking. But it's just really not my thing. I'm more of a folder kind of guy, and so I thought, yeah, I've got one in my bag, so I'm going to set the fixed blade to the side. You did not make the cut, my friend, although you are a good knife. So then I thought, all right, Peter, I'm not playing by your rules. I'm not playing this game. One knife. I'm going to take a multi-tool, right? I'm going to get around the rules because now I have 2 knives, a plain edge and a serrated, plus all the other functionality that comes with a multi-tool. So, haha, joke's on you, Peter. I beat you. I won the game. But then I thought, that's kind of cheating, and I also have a multi-tool in my bug out bag. So, although I thought that I was genius for thinking of that, it's not really that valuable because I already have one in my bag. So then I thought, Sean, why are you even considering anything other than the bug out? There's a knife called the bug out, and you're bugging out. So this is really the only option, frankly. And I love this knife. I really do. I have a few of them. However, it's really not that strong in that, you know, we're talking to zombie apocalypse guys, and I have to really put this thing to work. And I want something that's a little more robust. And so the bug out did not make the cut. Unfortunately, I love you, bug out, but you didn't make the cut. You're fired. Okay, so then I thought, let me just go back to my roots. Something that's classic that I've loved for a very, very long time. And that's the Ontario Rab Model 1. A very much full-size knife, super comfortable, very capable, good blade shape, very versatile. It's got a bit of heft to it, so you could, skull smash with it as you're being attacked by zombies. Not the best steel in the world, but not terrible. But then I just thought, no, I think I've got a few other criteria that this maybe just doesn't meet. And maybe a few other better options in that general size range. So I set the Rat 1 off to the side. You also did not make the cut. I apologize. You've been voted off the island. So then I grabbed a couple Spydercos and a Cold Steel. And if I didn't already mention this, before I started filming this, actually immediately when I was tagged by Peter kind of through Instagram, I knew exactly which knife I was going to choose. And ironically, what I ended up choosing was one of Peter's kind of final contenders. So again, go watch his video, link below. But I grabbed a couple Spydercos. The first was actually the Manix 2. This is the lightweight version. And I thought, Sean, you've been looking at this all wrong. This is an apocalyptic scenario. You're going to have to be doing a lot of running, climbing, probably, tactical barrel rolls, all kinds of things. And I'm a very large human being, 6'4" almost, about 260. So anywhere I can save weight is going to serve me well, because I will run out of breath probably. So it's got to be super lightweight. So I grabbed the Manix 2 lightweight. But then I thought, not the greatest steel in the world, not a bad steel by any means, BD1. But it does have some flex to it, having the Efron handles. If I need to do some prying, I just don't know that this would hold up to the abuse that it would take in this apocalyptic scenario. So again, the Manix 2, although I love you, and you've recently re-entered my life, thanks to my dad, didn't make the cut. So these are my last two contenders here. And one of my criteria, and again, this is something I was thinking about prior to watching Peter's video, is nothing with ball bearings, and none of these do. As we all know, in any good post-apocalyptic environment, it's dusty. Duh. We've all seen the movies. That's totally what it's going to be like in real life. So think Mad Max, right? It's going to be dusty. You're going to be getting dirty. And ball bearings just don't do well in certain environments. And so I'm not looking for necessarily the craziest, smoothest action. I just want something that's going to be easy to maintain as I'm fighting for my life against zombies and trying to protect myself and my family. Because again, this is not a joke, you guys. This is life and death. So I immediately grabbed the PM2 from Spyderco. A fantastic knife. It's a Hall of Famer, beloved by many. S30V steel, which is fantastic. Very, very grippy carbon fiber. G10. I love the way they did this G10. It just locks in there. Very capable. It's got a bit of reach to it. Nice and stabby for getting into those zombies. Just a great knife overall. I think it would serve so many purposes very, very well. But again, I thought, it kind of tapers pretty thin. If I had to do some prying, I'd be afraid I might snap the tip. And the compression lock, although it's good, I don't know if it's zombie apocalypse good. So although it kind of broke my heart a little bit, the PM2 also didn't make the cut. So that leaves just one. And it is the one knife to rule them all, at least for me. And that is the Cold Steel Code 4 in S35 VN blade steel in the spear point blade shape. This is what I would take to battle against the zombies. And I think it's a good choice for a few reasons. One, it's got a great blade shape, very versatile for both piercing, slicing, chopping, stabbing zombies, obviously, in both a normal or reverse grip. So I'm going to be able to go to town on these dudes and dudettes and just take them out, no problem. It's relatively easy to maintain. I've done a full resharpening on this one time. I've stropped it a couple times, and it really takes a nice edge just from a stropping. So I can maintain this easily in the field. It is on washers, not bearings. So again, easy maintenance in the field. It is incredibly strong. I have full confidence in the triad lock from Cold Steel. So this thing is not going to fail on me. I can abuse this and it will keep on trucking. I have no doubts. It's got a decent sized blade again, so it's gonna do what I need it to do. And it's super comfortable, very ergonomic, and it's considering its size, it's quite lightweight. Excuse me. So it would carry very easily. It's super thin, so it would also be concealable, right? Because we could be in an urban environment. And again, I'm ducking and weaving. I'm doing tactical barrel rolls through alleyways. So I want something that's not obvious. I want something that's a little slim and concealable, but still incredibly strong. And this definitely fits that bill. The only problem is it's solid aluminum on the handle, which can get a little slick. But I, being the forward-thinking guy that I am, I've thought this scenario through, you guys, and I took the time to put some grip tape on this knife. And with that addition, this thing locks in like you wouldn't believe. Super comfortable, crazy ergonomic, just grippy as hell, even when wet. So this for me just kind of checked all the boxes. And this for me is my one knife that I would take to the zombie apocalypse. If I had to choose just one folder, excuse me, I'm getting choked up here just thinking about it. This is what it would be. The Cold Steel Code 4, an S35VN with that triad lock and a spear point. And joking aside, this is one of the best knives that you can get for 68 bucks. That's what I paid for this on Amazon. When you combine the construction, the durability, the performance, the blade steel, the strength, all those things combined for $68 is insane. The value on this thing is out of bounds, and it's been a pleasure to use. So capable, I can't even tell you. So the winner was the Cold Steel Code 4. And I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but go watch Peter's video, and you may see some similarities in terms of our overall thought process and mindset. I did also, I'm going to do a full review on this knife, but I did also send one of these to a friend of mine for his birthday. His name rhymes with Bleb, and his YouTube channel rhymes with Foodland Wactical. So you should see a review on this knife from him at some point. If you can find Foodland Wactical on YouTube, or, I mean, you're probably already subscribed, pretty well-known channel, obviously. But I and he will both be doing reviews on this knife, and it's just fantastic. So I think if you're looking for a just high-performing, crazy strong folding knife with excellent materials, great quality steel, and just a wonderfully executed grind for 68 bucks, you cannot go wrong with a Code 4, whether you get XHP steel, S35VN, clip point, spear point, you know, whatever your flavor. It's just a phenomenal knife, and it's the one that I am taking with me to battle the zombies. So that is all. Thanks again, Peter, for getting this started. This is a fun one to do. I really did enjoy it. But again, like, in all seriousness, the second I heard about this, I knew Code 4. Like, hands down, no question about it. I have knives that I like better. I have knives that are more expensive. But I knew immediately that that would be the knife that I would take. And so that's it. I'm not going to tag anybody by name. This is an open tag. So if you have a channel or, you know, even Instagram, something like that, if you just want to post kind of what would be your one knife that you would take to your bug out or bailout scenario. I chose Zombie Apocalypse because it's fun, but it could be whatever. And I'd certainly like to see from the other guys in the Valtac pass-around group, you know, Jet Fuel and Foodland Wactical and Blue Collar, Jack Farm Boy, Big Red. I'd love to hear from them because I think it'd be fun to see kind of which direction people go with this. So anyway, that's my submission. Thanks again, Peter, for getting this started. Thank you all for watching, and I will talk to you soon.